Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous sessions we learnt about the classes, how to create class, what is a class, and next second one is object. What is an object? How do we create object? And third one, some common mechanisms available with the class diagram and object diagram, especially class diagram we have saw. And also, so common mechanisms and also architecture of the unified modeling language, and model. What is a model? How do we do the modeling for a particular system? We are all clear that information. And the next one and the last one in the unit 3 is object diagram. What is that? Object diagram. Now we will see what is an object diagram, what object diagram can have, how do we create object diagram. Let me see. Object diagram. So object diagram contains different kind of terms and concepts. What is object diagram? Terms, what are the concepts we are going to learn? That completely available with the terms and concepts. Terms and concepts. Okay? Terms and concepts. Here common modeling techniques. What kind of model techniques are available? Common modeling techniques. And also forward engineering, reverse engineering. Forward engineering, reverse engineering. Forward engineering and reverse engineering. How do we use object diagram in forward engineering and reverse engineering? Okay. Next, object diagrams. Object diagram. What is object diagram? This object diagram completely available in the chapter 14. Chapter 14 in the prescribed textbook, second textbook, chapter 14, that is available. Object diagram. James Ramma and Grady Gooch, object oriented modeling using UML. So object diagrams model the instances of the things contained in the class diagram. As you know, what is a class instance of? Object is instance of classes. Okay, for that object diagram model the instances of the things contained in the class diagram. Contained in the class diagram. An object diagram shows a set of objects. What it shows? Object diagram shows the set of objects and their relationships. As we stated in the class diagram, object diagram is containing set of objects and also which containing those objects relationships. Okay, that is object diagram. We use object diagram to model. Why do we object diagram? Static design view of a system or static process view of a system. To establish static design or static process view, we have to see the object diagram. Object diagram. This is similar to class diagram. So see how it's similar we have to see. Object diagrams are not only important for visualizing, constructing, specifying, documenting and structural models. The static aspects of the systems through forward and reverse engineering. How do we see the forward engineering and how do we give the representation of backward engineering with the help of object diagram? Not only which gives the specifying, constructing, documenting the required system, which gives forward engineering and reverse engineering techniques are also. Okay. Right. Next. Object diagrams are of 3 types. How many types object diagrams are of? 3 types. See, object diagram 3 types. Which has object name. Object diagram has object name followed by a class. So see this structure. See this structure. In this structure, in this structure. So if you give the name object diagram, this is object T, and followed by object name transaction. Transaction. The major difference between class and the object is object can contain the name as underlined name, name as a underlined name, object name contains. The class do not have underline. That is the only difference between the class and the object. Okay. So T is the object with the name transaction. Transaction with the name. So which has object name followed by class name. This is the underlined class name. Underlined class name. Object name. And which has only class name. Second category of the class representing in the object representing in the object diagram is this only class name which represents only class name which do not have any object, but only representing class name. That class name is having underlined way. That is the object. Underlined way. Another representation. Third, which has only object name. Only the object name. How would tell this is the object? Colon. Before colon you place. That is the object. The agent is the object name. You write this in this structure. For example, agent. Agent is the object name. For that you can place colon and give underline. Before colon, that is the name of the object. After colon, that is the name of the particular object. Okay, object and the object name. Okay, so likewise we have to see object diagrams. Three categories with the name, followed with the name, and having object name, and a class followed with the only name. Class followed with the only name. This is belong to this. Okay, so which do not have any name, so which have only the object name. Okay, next, named instances is the one where the name of the instances has been specified. Named instances specify as like this. Named instances. Name, we have to give the name. For that name we call named instances. Named instances nothing but an object. It is also an object, but we give the name for that. Okay. So this is my customer transaction. Both two are named instances. Transaction is the name. My customer is the name. But actual object is this T. So those are also having the named instances. Okay. And next, anonymous instances. Anonymous instances are also there. What is anonymous instance? These instances are nothing but which tells the details of the object with their class names, to which they belongs to, and also to the package. What it has? These instances are nothing but which tells the details of the object with their class names. Details of the objects with their class names which provide. That is simply called as anonymous or instances. Anonymous instances. Okay. So see, anonymous instances representation is this. Here you can give the name of the object. Here you can give the name of the object after colon, before colon. After colon you give multimedia. Under that multimedia, audio stream. Actually, audio stream is available in the multimedia. These both two are belongs to that particular object. Likewise, you can write with the help of scope resolution operator. With the help of scope resolution operator, you can represent the anonymous instances or anonymous objects. Anonymous instances are anonymous objects you can represent with the help of this scope resolution operator. Named instances having the name, anonymous instances having the details of objects with their class names, including with the scope resolution operator. Next, multi-objects. Multi-objects are nothing but the objects shown, number of objects available there. How do we represent number of objects as like this? Key code is the number of objects we represent. For multiple objects we have to draw as like this. Multiple objects representation. So that object name should write in underlined way before. Orphan instances. Next one, orphan instances. Orphan objects. So orphan instances is like this. But this is the object name, but this object where it created we don't know. Where it created we don't know. Anadha, simply in Telugu, okay? So where it created we don't know, but so the agent is an object name. What is the class of this object name we don't know. That's that kind of orphan images, orphan instances we represent like this. Orphan instances we represent like this, right? Multi-objects representing as like this, and orphan instances representing the without having the class name, without having the name or the class name, Next one, objects or instances. See, we studied all previous instances. All those instances are representing in this diagram. See, named instance. T is the object, actual object. This name will be representing as transaction with underline. Remember it. Underline is the most important while designing object diagram. If a name has an underline, that is belongs to object. Okay. So my customer named instances. My customer named instances. Colon. Here we write object name. Here we write object name actually. So multimedia in scope resolution operator, audio stream. Audio stream is available in multimedia. This multimedia belongs to a particular object. You can write any object there. Particular object. Anonymous instances, simply we say. Next, multi-object. Multi-objects are representing is like this. Multi-objects are representing. And orphan instances that do not have any name, but it has a name. It has a name. That is orphan instance. Orphan instance. And next, object state. Every object has also a state. You can find every object has also a state, and you represent as this instance with the attribute value. Simply say that an object with the attribute value is nothing but an object state. My customer is the object name. Name of the object is my customer. In this my customer, ID is social security number, SSN number, social security number. That social security number we write in between the quotations. That is the ID. That is the attribute value of a particular instance. The object is also having some attributes. That attributes as like ID, SSN, social security number, and which have active position. Is it active or true? When you give true, the SSN number is inactive. When you give false, the SSN number is inactive position. Likewise, also you can represent attributes of a particular instances of objects. Okay, instance with explicit state. How do we represent instance with the explicit state? You like this. C is an object. The name of this object is simply say that a phone, waiting for answer. Instance with explanation. You can write an explicit state. Explicit state information. You can write an explicit state information also with the help of waiting for answer. Phone object is waiting for answer. Phone object is waiting for. You can write some information like this in between the square brackets. You can write in between the square brackets the information. Whatever information you are going to write, that information should write in between the square brackets as like this. Okay. So that is also a different kind of states available with the object diagram. See the example of object diagram: company object, C D1 object, C object, D1 object, D2 object. All these are objects. D3 is also one object. Department. All these are the department. Department 1, 2, 3, 4. Department name is sales. This D1 object belongs to sales. D2 belongs to R&D department. D3 belongs to US sales department. So all these departments are belongs to a company, one company name. You can write a name of the company also as like an attributes. You can write another compartment to the company. This company you can write another compartment. Here you can write a company underscore, and you write the name here also. Their attributes you can write a particular name also. Okay. See in this example, links you can represent. This is the link. These are the links. Why these links are representing? The links are representing the relationship among the objects. Links are representing relationship among the objects. Links are representing, and where the objects, in between objects, you can represent the links. All these are objects and their links you can represent. P is a person. From a person to department is the manager. That person is a manager. That person name is Erin, and employee ID is 4362, and the title of the employee VP sales. VP of sales. The role of the employee, the person manager, is like this. Okay. So contract information is also available. Where is the contract information, and the contract information available with the link of manager. So the link of manager. This is the simple object diagram for a company. Okay, what is this? Attribute value. All these are attribute values. Names, addresses. These all kind of information are all attribute values. Attribute values. This is the simple example for object diagram. Next, terms and concepts. What kind of terms or concepts available in the object diagram? An object diagram is a diagram that shows a set of objects. What object diagram contains? A set of objects and their relationships. Object diagram contains a set of objects and their relationship at point in time. Now, graphically, an object diagram is a collection of vertices and arcs. Vertices and arcs. We are seeing collection of objects. Okay. So these are the different kind of object diagrams commonly contain as like objects, links. Links is a instance of an association. Link is nothing but instance of an association. Like all the other diagrams, object diagram may contain nodes and constraints. Object diagram also may contain nodes and constraints. Note. If you represent a node for a particular object, you can write with the help of dog-eared arrow, dog-eared ended symbol. Just like this, I draw here. As like a node. This is a node. You can write information for a particular object. You can write any information for a particular object. Okay. So and also the constraint. What kind of constraints you have to represent with the help of square brackets. You can represent. Object diagrams may also contain packages. Packages may also contain and subsystems. Packages and subsystems. Why do we use packages, subsystems? Both of which are used to grouping the events. Why do we use the package and subsystems? Grouping the elements. What are elements? Elements here, elements are the objects, instances. So to group those instances also in the in the object diagram, we should have to give the elements. Elements. What are elements? Objects, or the nodes, or the constraints, or the grouping of packages or subsystems. Subsystems, packages will be used to group all the instances, group all the packages. Okay. Next, object diagram to model the static design view. Already I gave the brief view of static design view. Static design view or the static process view of a system as like a class diagram. Class diagram, object diagram, both two are belongs to static diagrams. Component diagram, deployment diagram also. Okay. Next, common modeling techniques. Have some concepts, common modeling techniques and object diagram terms we are seeing. Modeling object structures involves taking a snapshot of the objects. Object diagram modeling is nothing but a snapshot of the different objects, in a system at a given moment in a time. Okay. Object diagrams are used to visualize, specify, construct, document the system, document the existence of the certain instances in your system together with the relationships and one and another. Not only using to specifying, constructing, documenting the system, and also which shows the structure, instances of the every system, instances of a particular objects of the system. Okay. So these are a common modeling technique. Identify mechanism, identify how the functions or behavior of the system. First of all, identify the function behavior of the system. For each mechanism, identify the classes, interfaces and other elements. So if you identify the class, automatically you identify the object. For that you identify the classes. For each mechanism, identify classes, interfaces and their elements. So using some scenarios, that is go to walkthrough scenario. Number of objects, go to walkthrough is a one scenario. With the help of that scenario, after finding the classes, after finding the number of classes, you have to find the number of objects available with there. Okay. So that is representing go to walkthrough. Number of objects identification technique. That is a scenario. Export the attribute values of each object. Export the attribute values of each object. So if you have to found the many number of objects in a particular system, from that system when you have found an object, so that object representation is also mandatory to write attributes of the particular. For example, you identify agent is a object. What are the attributes of agent? Agent SSN number, okay, and agent addresses, agent information, agent age. Likewise, attributes also you can represent. The third point is expose the attributes of values of each object. For each object you have to expose the values and links between the objects. That is called a relation. You assign the relation between the objects. Okay. So forward engineering and reverse engineering. Forward engineering, as you know, first of all, with the help of some object, we have to target what kind of language we have to develop particularly. So that identification of the objects and the forward engineering will follow. After that, what kind of language you use, that target language, that language will be used by you. That is forward. Reverse engineering is not is but first of all we have to fix the target language. Target language. From that language we have to develop the design. Okay. Reverse way. That is backward engineering. Simply say that reverse engineering. Choose the target. You want to reverse engineer. First of all, in the reverse engineering, forward engineering normal. You can do all the information with the help of present objects. What is the reverse engineering? First of all, we have to found target. What is the target language? You would have to design a particular system. You have to found. Choose the target. And reverse engineering, using a tool or simplify walk through a scenario, stop execution at a certain moment in time. Using some tools or also simple walking through a scenario, some scenarios is there, identification of objects. So with the help of that object, you can stop execution for a certain moment. Identify the set of interesting objects. Identifying the set of interesting objects that collaborate in that context and render them into an object diagram. Identify the set of interesting objects. What kind of interesting objects you found? That interesting object will be representing. You have to found and you have to draw the object diagram. As necessary to understand their semantics, identify the links that exist among these objects. Identify the links among the objects, finding the object and also identify the links among the objects. So if your diagram ends up overly complicated, prune it by eliminating objects that are not germinate to the questions about the scenarios you need answer. If your diagram is too simplistic, expand the neighbors of certain interesting objects and expose each object state more deeply. If your diagram ends up over complicated, at that time you have to simplify the objects. Yeah. At the time of simplification of all of those objects, you have to try to improve many objects to a particular designing the system. Okay, so with this we completed object diagram. What we learned, conclusion and also summary of this class is class diagram, terms and condition, class diagram, common modeling techniques, and the class diagram simplification, forward engineering and reverse engineering. Forward engineering you follow forward as like a simple manner, but reverse engineering only you can first target the language, what your language is going to develop. Okay, in that we found many number of first in reverse engineering, first identify the objects, identify the links among those objects, and you have to your objects are many objects, you have compressed the objects and many reasons why to reduce the objects. If it is complicated, if it is simplicity, expand the neighbors of the certain interesting objects. Okay, so with this we completed object diagram. We will get back to another session with the new topic. Thank you.